Well, 20 degrees downtown. Believe me, I said 22 degrees earlier on this morning. I think we're going to get there too. 14 degrees for the weatherman. Didn't stand a chance, really. And I knew that because it's going to be a blinder today. Absolutely. And we need one. After all the sodden ground that we've got, believe me, we need a little bit of respite in the weather. We really, really do. Even though I think Barbara's quite happy. Her tanks are filled. Anyway, Tuesday, June 14th. You're right here at Galaxy. And let me do this.
Galaxy. Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. So happy to have everybody joining us. Believe me, it's an absolute pleasure to have you joining us here today because we're talking to a good friend of ours. Yes, we're talking about Terry Vuncannon. Unfortunately, Doug Davis isn't going to be able to make it today. He's gone off to a Tears for Fears concert. Yeah. Exactly. But having said that, of course, if you're going to be watching this a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? No, you do. You do. Serious. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important artists and people much like Terry Vuncannon. Believe me, I think he's our number one fan, just quietly. But secondly, thumb. Get all about the thumb. Go for it. Get epileptic with it. Go on. Show us how much you like us. Yeah, go for it. I dare you. And subscribe. Be a part of the Galaxy family. In fact, become part of the noise because, believe me, it is growing every day. It really is. And believe me, it's nice to be a part of the noise. Yeah, we're not an army. We're bigger. Really, we are. Having said that, let me do this.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.
That's right. We are so very happy to be able to say that we are in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record, Sony Music, The Orchard. I got to give a shout out to Pam and to Lisa, to Mark, to Tim, to Don. Look, the whole host of people that work behind the scenes of each and every part of Rise Up. It is fantastic. It really is. And we're so very, very privileged to be a part of that as well. Today, believe me, you're going to love this. We are joined by the man himself, master on slide steel, coming out of North Carolina. Yes, it's Terry Vuncannon. Well, that gives us a couple of minutes, brother man. How you feeling?
Good, ready to go. Glad to be here.
Sean Simpson's joining us. Hi, guys. Hello, Sean. Nice to have you back on board. Love you, babe. We really, really do. And still waiting with bated breath about the results from Dad. You know what I'm talking about, yeah?
Hey, Franco. Thank you for joining us. We must catch up. Exciting things.
Very cool. Very cool. Nice to have you on board, Franco. Really is.
Terry Vuncannon's from North Carolina.
Yeah, Terry Vuncannon is from North Carolina,
Yeah,
Franco. He really is. By the way, look, just while we're here talking about things, Franco, loving the Denroy mix. The slavery Denroy mix, believe me, that is fantastic. If that was Sonny's work, man, I'm impressed with that young man. I really am. Having said that, today we're talking to Terry Vuncannon. And Terry, believe me, I'm loving your older stuff as much as the new stuff. We can't get away from you now, my bro.
I really appreciate it. So somebody was telling me the other day that my music made them feel better. And that was one of the nicest compliments I believe anybody could ever play or say to me. I'm not a doom and gloom type writer, I guess. I like for music that makes me want to pat my foot and move around, get up, and celebrate. And it really didn't dawn on me that I was that type until I started listening all the way back to 10, 12 years ago. Hook, line, and sinker, Make Up Another Lie, I'm Walking, Carolina Blue, and Oak Island Man, and now Cruise On Down the Road. Everything's upbeat and happy, and I guess that's just the way I like it.
Well,
Hey, York.
I got to be honest with you, my friend.
Hi, Lee.
Lee, nice to have you on board, Lee.
York.
York, nice to have you there, my friend, as well. Of course, we're going to discuss you and your little collaboration going on. Having said that, I really do like all of your work, Terry. I really, really do. But we still get blitzed by Walker.
Walking's a special song. You know, that's a man's life story, that had been homeless as a child with his father on the streets, and child care would take him away from his father. He would stay a week or two, run away, and find his father on the streets. And that went on until he was kicked out of the system, till he was 18, and he wound up homeless again. And my wife Janice and I interviewed Shannon for that project, the Healing Blues Project. And so that song is special because that's not just a song, that's a real person's real story, a life story. And it carries a lot of weight.
You know, my friend, I can connect to that myself. I really, really can. And I'm loving it. Moreover, the people that listen to our radio station, they just don't stop requesting it, bro. It's one of those songs that just keeps on coming up and coming up and coming up. Louise, nice to have you on board, dear. Also, George, the prophet, is joining us. George, I am loving Celebration Festival, your latest one. I'm just absolutely loving that. I really, really am.
You'll get back about an interview.
Yeah. Pamela is joining
Hi,
us
Pam.
from Rise Up TV. Nice to have you on board, sweetheart. It really, really is. And, of course, Lee. Hiya, Lee.
Hope
Nice
you're
to
feeling
have you,
better with the
sweetie.
flu.
In the meantime, let's go live, my bro. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today I am so very, very happy to have our very good friend of ours, Terry Vuncannon, coming out of North Carolina, joining us again. And believe me, he's a master, absolute master on slide steel, but he just keeps churning out this great music. He really, really does. I think he's a genius. I think he's got one of those minds, you know what I mean? Terry, nice to have you back, my bro.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, believe me, as I say to everybody, I think you're a master of slide steel. And believe me, I see you mixing and mingling with a lot of different artists from not only in your world, but maybe somebody else's. I think York's world has infiltrated North Carolina. What's going on?
York reached out to me a couple of months ago, maybe, and asked me if I would be interested in co-writing and working with him on a song, and I said I would love to. So he's worked up a song. He's got a person to sing it. Got the things rolling. I've got some studio time booked and applied for, and maybe in the next month or two it'll happen. I like York. I like his stuff. He also has that positive energy to his music, and I like that a lot.
You know, I couldn't be prouder, to be very honest with you, because Jorg, again, is a very, very close friend of ours coming out of Germany, a very talented man. Of course, we met him in Jorg's world. He wanted to interview me. I think we overtook his show, to be honest. Haven't been asked too many times back. But then we introduced other artists, including Terry Vuncannon, to Jorg, and something's transpired. That, for me, is fascinating. It really, really is. Now, we started off the show, 3 a.m., Lost in Static. Tell me a little bit about this, and of course Doug Davis was involved with this, wasn't he?
Yes, that's Doug singing on that one, and it's a funny story how that song came about. It's actually two versions of a song that stretch over about 8 to 9 months. I had that song prepared as a single, instrumental, ready to come out, and had sent a copy of it to Doug Davis. And Doug was in a mood one night, late at night, deep in the static, as you put it. And he said the song spoke to him, the instrumental. And he asked me, he said, can I write some words to that song? And I said, when we're planning on working together, I would love it. And so he sat down and wrote a counter melody and some lyrics and sang that part and sent it to me. And about 8 months later, I went ahead and put it out as a single because we had some other stuff we were working on. And I thought that it really set that song off. I like it better than my instrumental.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Terry. People seem to gravitate towards the song. I think they've made a connection with the song. I really, really do. And we play it quite often here at Galaxy. We get so many requests for it. So work well done. And please pass on to Doug, job well done as well. Because believe me, it has got that longevity feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. It was caught up in the shuffle between two of my other singles coming out and didn't get the promotion that I maybe should have gave it. But it's a song that I think is beautiful. And if you've ever had a conversation that bothered you with another person, be it a husband or wife or a brother or a close friend, and you find yourself at home and you can't sleep and you're laying in bed staring at the ceiling thinking about it, that song speaks to you.
You know, I get it. I really, really do. And, well, I may say this to a lot of people because, believe me, I do have a big database in my car right now. But I do have each and every Terry Vuncannon track possible playing in my car. I really do. When I go on, you know, I might go to Tauranga, Rotorua, Whakatane. Believe me, I have a lot of, including Oak Island, which is a little bit of a favour of mine, I've got to be honest with you. But we've been releasing brand spanking new music with Terry for a little while now, and he hasn't failed us again. Because, you know, as I'm driving between here, Tauranga, Rotorua, Whakatane, one of those places, I really am cruising on down the road. I've got to be honest with you. And I kind of like the deal. I do. So, Terry, music to drive fast to, I would presume. Tell me about Cruise on Down the Road.
Well, Cruise on Down the Road is probably a song that's been 10 years coming. My publisher and one of my best friends, Ron Hutchins, we've recorded an instrumental album probably 14, 15 years ago, and we've been threatening ever since to do a song of road songs, songs for the open road, songs for getting in a car and taking a vacation. And we both have been so busy, him with his songwriting and his publishing, which he's my publisher, so I want him to stay busy. And so we went on 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, and finally we just said we need to do a song. We need to do that project. Let's just do a single, and maybe that'll give us the incentive to go ahead and do the rest of the album. And he had been messing around with this chord progression and some lyrics and everything, and I said, that's the road song. And Ronnie, I know I give Ronnie many sleepless nights with my wild ideas on production and how to redo a song and what voicings to put on it. And he's finally come around where I think he trusts me now. I know way back when we were working on the song Carolina Blue, we talked over some options and stuff on the mix and this, that, and the other. And the next day he called me and said, I didn't sleep at all last night. We laughed about it, talked about it, and now we've kind of come to another understanding. He kind of trusts me when I get these crazy production ideas. And so I was able to work on a couple of spots on the lyrics with this, the background chorus singing in it, and then I wanted it, since it's a driving song, it's got to rock out. And I told Ronnie, you've got to play piano on this one. And, it's a lap steel song. All my music is lap steel oriented. But I incorporated it at the end where I do a lap steel portion. The piano answers it. Then lap steel, and then the piano goes, and the lap steel and the piano. And Ronnie absolutely come up with some great parts. He rocked it out. And I was still proud of the song because there's only drums, bass, organ, piano, and about 5 or 6 layers of lap steel guitar. No guitar. Didn't play any guitar on this album. And I'm constantly, it's one of my pleasures when somebody comes up and goes, who plays guitar on this one? And I go, there are no guitars on that. And that's been one of my little tricks going way back. I think I'm Walking may be one of the last songs that has guitar on it. But I'm able to cover all those parts and frequencies with just the lap steel, which kind of, as a lap steel player, makes me happy.
Something that's ingenious, if to say a word, it really, really is. I see Alice is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Alice Walker. Believe me, he's an outlaw himself. He really is. Used to be an in-law, actually. He was a sheriff once upon a time, and now, well, he's just part of an outlaw band, a southern outlaw band, by the way. Great artist and great band in his own right.
And can I do one thing?
Yes, sir.
I want to give a shout out. I'm on a page that I admin. It's called Lap Steel Lunatics. And we've got about 8,000 lap steel and dobro, anything non-pedal, but lap steel oriented. Got about 8,000 members worldwide. And I promised some of the people on the page I'd give a shout out to the Lap Steel Lunatics. So keep on twanging, everybody.
There you go. Peter Hoffman is joining us as well. And today we are literally, and I've been playing this, we haven't said a lot, I got to be honest with you. We just played it. People wanted to know more. They wanted to know who, what, when, where, how. We started introducing it. It just got worse because people wanted it more and more and more. This is Terry Vuncannon. This is also Doug Davis joining us on this as well with Cruise on Down the Road. Gosh, it's hot in here. The Apostle's joining us as well. Nice to have Glenda on board. Hello, darling. How are you, sweetheart? Nice to see you working with Franco. Yeah, it really, really is. So,
Hey, Glenda.
York's World says hi, Glenda.
Yeah, hi everyone. But hi, Glenda. Hi, my neighbourly. Can you let Jess out? I know you've got the clue.
Oh
Anyway,
my gosh,
back to
Barbara. Dear, that's funny as. It really is.
Oh, back to Terry.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got a good joke for me, Terry?
A good joke? Let's see if I can do this right. I don't know. I might not ought to tell that one.
It's a bit naughty.
That's okay. I promise not to tell anybody else.
You say knock knock. I'll say who's there, and you say, that's a terrible joke. My wife from the other room said, don't tell that one. I won't tell that one.
Yeah, no, we can't. Do you remember?
Okay, how many, if you throw a accordion player and a harmonica player off the Empire State Building, which one lands first?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Right. You get it.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you remember?
And thank you, Janice. That was a terrible joke.
Yeah. Do you remember William Shatner?
Yeah.
You know, Spock's best mate, of course, Captain Kirk. You see,
Yeah.
I see in the news the other day that he's had to remove his female lingerie from the market.
Well, I guess Shatner panties was not a great.
He remembers. He remembers
See that? We
last time.
play chess with each other.
Anyway, thank you, my neighbour, for letting my dog here. Just to let everyone know, Leela's my neighbour. Anyway, I better go.
By the way, Sean, if I'm reading that right, congratulations.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. And there we have it. But I tell you what, folks, check this out. You can't go wrong. Check out the tea. Isn't that just awesome? It really is. The Muse. Of course, we're talking about Terry Vuncannon's t-shirt. It's his brand. Go have a look, folks. Believe me, can't go wrong. You really can't. Terry is a master at what he does, and a good friend too.
The V-Muse lap steel is the secret to the Swamp Roots lap steel sound.
Terry, you were saying about how you were innovative with all the different parts, not using a guitar and stuff. Do you remember Peter Frampton?
Yeah,
Do you remember how he used to use that throat pipey thing?
the talk box.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used one of those in the 70s. We used to do 3 Peter Frampton songs in a cover band, and it's a lot of fun to use that.
Could you imagine that coming from a lappy?
I've thought about that.
So, I just did too.
It would be nice.
You know, I was just thinking about it actually. What's tuned in my car right now on the way home? I have a feeling that Juke Joint is the next track up, to be very honest with you, Terry Vuncannon as well. Having said that, Terry, amazing idea actually. I think it might be worth investigating doing a voice box to it.
Well, I'll do it for you. I'll make that happen.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that now. This is going to be an interesting experiment, if nothing else, right?
Maybe I can fit the words galaxy in with it.
Well, there you go. You never know. You never know. Well, you know, that would be fun. By the way, I kind of got to thank you for including us on your video. I had a look at it the other day and I see Barbara's pretty face on there.
You're in the background.
Yeah, as I belong.
Well, as far as thanking you guys, since the very first song you featured for me, and we've done this little thing where I get the track to you a month in advance before the USA release. It's been so much fun to do that and see some reaction and get some play, get some feedback, and then when the USA release date comes, I'm feeling so much better and confident. The number one fear for any artist, I think, be it painter or musician or sculptor, is putting something out and nobody likes it. So being able to get the stuff to you guys for that extra push, and I really believe it's give my music so much momentum getting in front of your people. You're around the world, 180 countries. I mean, it's just what you do for independent artists is not, you can't even put a price on it.
Well, Terry, the thing is this, and I've got to be honest with you, my friend, there is so much music out there that people try to extort money out of people for. They just can't afford it. And it's so good. They are talented people. And believe me, they need a hand as much as anybody. You know what I mean? They need to be able to get their name out there. They need to get their music out there, get their logos, get everything they can do out there as much as possible, even if it just takes them up the first run. And, you know, we here at Galaxy are very, very privileged to be a part of these very talented people and their lives, and love to be able to follow them, much like yourself, my bro. We absolutely love your work and can't wait for you to come back again. Just an idea, anything new on the way in? Are we looking at something new in the near future?
I have one song I've worked on with Rich Lerner from Rich Lerner and the Groove, another song with Elena M. that will be recorded with the Groove. Then a local artist around here, his name is Snooze. He and I have just completed one that we'll be working on in the next month or so. I think we'll have a session the last week of June for that one. And then the one with Jorg. So I know that's 4 more over the next 3 or 4 months.
So basically you're going to get damn sick of me, right?
I'll never get sick of you guys. Y'all are too nice to musicians.
Well, I want you to do one thing for me, please. Give Ellen a big hug and a kiss from all of us here at Galaxy. We love her.
I'll tell her you said, hey, I'll see her at practice Wednesday night.
Very, very cool, believe me. And I'm excited to hear new work out of her as well. I really, really am. And would love to catch up with her in the near future as well. So, you know, give her a poke in the eye for me as well, won't you?
I will.
Very cool. We are going to have to move on, unfortunately, my bro. But hang in there. You know what we're going to do next and all that sort of stuff. But in the meantime, folks, thank you so much for joining us here at Galaxy 107 FM. If I didn't mention it at the start of this, I will mention it now. How proud and happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record, Sony Music, The Orchard, and of course Galaxy's in there as well. Stay tuned, because believe me, we have so many brand spanking new artists coming very, very shortly. Next month's already booked out. It really is. And you're going to love it. You are going to love it. And we're going to let you know about concerts and a TV deal that's going on very shortly. Keep an eye on this space. In the meantime, have a very happy and successful day. I'll see you at the breakfast show tomorrow morning. Ciao for now.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association.
Hey, what did you do?